Hey, Renee, is that you?
That's me.
Yeah, I can't see you. Will I be able to see you?
I'm trying to see how to do this.
Are you on your phone or your
I'm
computer?
on a computer, share screen.
No. Um, your
I'm on
camera,
my
what?
laptop.
Your camera might not be on, huh?
It should be. I thought I checked it all. Let me.
Mine, I don't remember how I did it.
I know mine is. It's different on this new one.
Okay, you on a Mac?
No, I'm on a
Okay.
different con. Let me see where it should be. It should be in the top, huh? Pop out, pop
That's what I'm
in,
looking, but mine was in settings when I first got started, and I had to fix that.
playing picture.
And when you're looking at Zoom, all the way to the bottom left, do you see where it says audio and video?
It says video. Stop video.
Okay, click on that. Let's see if that's what's off.
Blur. Choose background. Same front camera. Let's see.
Maybe so.
I did front camera.
Let's
Mirror.
choose avatar,
Um,
blur,
Select
smart
camera,
smartphone, camera.
front camera. Might
Mine
have to get to it.
says FaceTime HD camera on mine. That's what's checked. Do you see a FaceTime option?
No, I might have to go to my phone.
Okay. Try your
See,
phone and let's see if we could speak because we want to see you.
I know. This doggone this laptop's different.
Okay. Hang up
Join
and
me.
try your phone.
Okay.
Okay, babe. That's why we jumped on early to check it. Hey, Amber. Hey, Sherry. I think that's Lynn. Hey, Lynn. Hey, guys. I am Brandon tonight. It's recording already. We're gonna edit it. But if you see me welcome everybody and you still see everybody and not just me, please stop me because I have to have it in speaker view. Okay. All right, Renee, I see you back on, but I see your name. So now you're gonna have to take your camera. It's on your Zoom. You're gonna have to fix your camera. Can you hear me, Renee? Yeah, hold on. Let me call her.
You're on mute.
J-Lo is good at technology. J-Lo, my guest, Renee.
hmm
Um, hold on.
Hold on.
Let me hang up with you, okay?
Let me try. Okay, go back to Zoom.
We
I'm
can't.
so sorry.
Oh, no, as if, babe. Go back to Zoom. I'm gonna hang up with you.
Okay.
She's having trouble where we could see her. Maybe I'll fix it.
She needs to go to her video and look
Yeah.
there. Send Zoom link to my email. Okay, I'm working on a guest as well. He needs the
Okay.
Zoom link email.
Okay.
Hold on one second.
Okay.
So we're all having fun times.
Renee is my speaker tonight.
Yeah. Do me a favor, Tori, will you send me the hey, I'm letting you know. Hop on.
The link.
Uh,
There's
hello,
Renee.
it's not Brandon's link.
Renee, I could hear you, but I still don't see.
Yeah, I can't. I see it up here and I see the microphone. The video is on, front camera, more settings, video, always show.
It's okay. If we just hear you, that'll be good. Hey, everybody. I'm going to give it another minute because we're working on our special speaker tonight. Welcome, welcome, everybody.
I'm sorry. For some reason, I can't.
It's
Tori,
okay.
can you drop the thing in that text?
It's in the lab.
It's in the lab. Okay, I'll do it there. All right,
Yep,
bye.
it's in the lab because it's the same link. All
All right,
right,
let me do
guys,
that
let
real
me
quick.
put it in speaker view. I don't want to keep all your time. All right, good. Now we're in speaker view. Let me go ahead and mute everyone. Renee, you're going to have to unmute too. Do you know how to do that?
At the bottom, yes.
Yes, because I'm going to mute everybody. There you go. Okay. All right, everybody is muted. Thumbs up if you can see me, just me, J-Lo. Yes, I got it in speaker view. Okay, good. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Welcome everybody to the TBC call. Tonight is the night. Yeah, already. Another subscription runs tomorrow night, actually tonight. So I welcome all of you. I'm excited. Brandon is out of town. He's actually at the corporate office. So I am standing in for Brandon tonight. JLo and I will be hosting. We've got two great speakers tonight with us, guests. One is actually my customer, my dear friend. And then JLo has a consultant that's going to speak too. But first, I want to update you because I know a lot of you have been texting me about my doctors that I spoke about last Monday. I was on a high. I was so excited. I had two doctors I was speaking to. I just want to update you. Those two appointments did cancel, and they were canceled for good reason. One of them here in Homa was on call that whole entire night, didn't get home till early that morning, and said he was exhausted. He said, "You could come, but I'm not going to hear a word you're saying. I'd rather meet with you when I can listen and get all the information and the facts." So that is in the process of being rescheduled. Here's the beauty of it. He personally called me. So I am speaking to him. He's got my phone number. I've got his. So the communication is there, and I love that. Another doctor I'm talking to has seen results with his patient, lots of patients from Protandim and collagen, and he's a pulmonologist. And same thing. He winded up sick, had to cancel that appointment. So I was on a high, then came down crashing like, oh gosh, but this is part of network marketing, right? That's why we keep talking to people. We keep sharing. It's why we have follow-ups. We continue to follow up. He's also rescheduled and has also picked up his phone and called me personally. So now I have his cell phone. So I am working on these two appointments and I promise I will keep you updated because my phone blew up. People wanted to know, what did you say to this doctor? How'd your appointment go? So I'll keep you updated, I promise. And in the midst of all of this, I am still talking to anyone who's 3 feet in front of me because there are so many people that need our products. There are so many people that need this financial help. People out there are just like me and Tim were 15 years ago, needing an extra $300 right now just to survive. So I am speaking to everyone, and I want you to do the same thing. I want you to speak to everyone that you know. So, with that being said, I do have a special guest tonight. She is actually a dear friend of mine. Renee, say hello.
Hello.
Unfortunately, we can't see her, which is
Technical
okay.
difficulty.
It's okay. Technology is our hardest thing, Renee. It really is. But Renee is from Homa. Been knowing Renee forever. I know her kids. I know so much about Renee. Her and I have a deep, deep connection. But I shared this with Renee last year, and she finally said yes. And the first product she got on, guys, was Fat Burn. I got her on the fat burn. She loved the fat burn. When GLP-1 was launched back in October, I kept following up with her. And Renee, correct me if I'm wrong. You got on GLP-1 and Protandim in December. Is that right?
I got on fat burn at the end of December, and the very beginning of January, like January 9th, I got on the Protandim and the GLP-1.
Perfect. Okay. So, with all of that, I've been keeping in touch with Renee. Okay. This is lesson number one. Stay in touch with your customers because I check in on her constantly. If it's not every week, it's every 2 weeks. How are you doing? How are you feeling? What are you noticing? So I wanted her to update you as a customer what she is noticing from our products. So Renee, you told me this morning, we chatted. You told me that you were starting to see better sleep, your mood. Tell everybody what you noticed from our products.
Yeah. So initially, I noticed the energy, okay, the increased energy and the better sleep. And the focus and the clarity. Like, not only you're focused on stuff, but the mental clarity just constantly. It's over. I acknowledge it right away. I mean, like I constantly feel myself like, okay, Renee, I can't believe you got through this project. So that, and then I had a lot of hip pain and foot pain. And I feel that the inflammation's kind of down in that because my hip's not hurting as much unless I do a little bit too much, like, or increase weights or stuff. The constant thinking of food. When I come home, I'm not so necessarily worried about eating or snacking or picking. Now, I am a stress eater. So at work with my stress, I do get hungry. And that's when I was trying, I now take a little snack or something like that, or the powder. And then the bloating. I had a lot of bloating and miserable just gut feeling. And I feel that has helped out a lot. Tremendously, I noticed a difference in that. A couple weeks back, I had a little setback with it, but I think the fiber was out of balance. I was
Okay.
building up too much fiber with my smoothies and stuff like that because I read on that too. So, but definitely I feel changes. I feel difference. I just don't see as far as the weight, which I'm not trying to focus on the scale because it wasn't about trying to lose the weight. You told me in the beginning, I'm not going to drop a bunch of weight because I did the GLP shot. Okay.
Yeah.
Scared me to death, but 3 doctors recommended it. So I felt like I had to, but, so I do feel changes and I feel different, but my stomach, I have a lot of stomach area, a lot of visceral fat, like you had said, which you suggested. That was my goal to be on this, to get rid of that, to reduce that. And I know my body's it was in a bad start position. So it's going to take a little while.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to quit, but I just want to know if I'm doing things right, just to kind of see something. So,
Yep. And I'm going to compliment you because your consistency has just been amazing. Like she said, she got on in January. So here we are on her 6th month, but she's been so consistent and she's not a quitter. She says she's not quitting. So Renee, I had kind of mentioned to you about Dr. Terry. Love Dr. Terry. I think she's so knowledgeable. I can honestly listen to her for hours. So I asked her to jump on here because I love your results and so does she. She kind of wants to explain to you what you're seeing and why, and maybe what's going to happen coming up. But Dr. Terry, are you there?
Unmuted, yes.
Hey, Dr. Terry, I just adore you. So listening
Wow.
to Renee and the results that she is seeing and feeling, but not losing the pounds, can you explain to her what's going on in her body and for everyone else to hear?
Well, the interesting thing is when we're talking about the Ozempic or the shots or whatever the heck people are doing, we're talking about a quick fix, typical allopathic type of Band-Aid. Yes, you can paralyze your stomach, and yes, if you paralyze it enough, you won't gain weight because you have no nourishment. But in LifeVantage, what they're doing, and the reason that I connected to them, even though I was the #1 distributor in the world of another product, is because what they're doing with nutrigenomics and epigenetics is activating the body to do what the body ought to do. And in fact, I was talking with Sherry Wilson today, and I was saying, a lot of times as lay persons, we're out there, we read this, oh my gosh, I got to have that. And you read this, oh, holy cow, I need that. And so we're taking all kind of stuff without kind of like some knowledge on it. And we were discussing the overuse of magnesium, and I was pointing out that you have 4 backup groupies to your heart, your calcium, magnesium, your sodium, potassium. So if you OD on magnesium because it's helping with the digestive thing initially, you can throw the whole balance off. So what happens is with all of us is with the diet, with all the changes that the world is throwing at us. And my gosh, every single thing you hear, whether you turn on social media, the news, I don't care what, the world is teaching us some kind of ridiculousness. And what you're experiencing is if you can get your body balanced, guess what? That pancreas starts working. And when the pancreas is working and you put food in the body, it immediately starts to send out the insulin. And so, when I was growing up, which was way before any of you guys ever hit the earth, I never heard of any of this kind of stuff. I didn't grow up with any of it. And I
Exactly.
didn't know a bunch of overweight, fat children ever. I didn't even know an ADD kid ever, never heard of such a thing. And I absolutely never met a child with cancer in my growing up years, never. And so we're so out of balance, we're not going to get back in balance in 5 minutes or 24 seconds or 2 weeks for the years that we're out of balance and we're starting to readjust the body. It is amazing. So for you to be noticing these things, and the things you're noticing are the most important things, because as your gut gets balanced, and then your body begins to get balanced. And when we start to feel that balance, we also make better choices. We all know what we should do, but we go out to lunch with our friends. We look at the big fat piece of chocolate cake. We say, I really shouldn't. Okay, but I'm going to do it this time, right? I mean, that's what you do. But
That is
as we get, yeah, it's true. And as we get more and more balanced, we discover that we're satisfied with food. And that's really what you're experiencing, Renee. And I'm super excited for you because when a person understands to stay the course, and even myself, 2 broken backs, chip in my neck bone, run over by a car, I could go on and on and on about where I came from and the fact that NRF2 is a non-negotiable. I mean, I'm telling you guys, everybody, non-negotiable, because I have 0 pain in my body. I am 76 years old. I ran the Disney half marathon. I can do 40 jumping jacks off the ground, but I have spent 45 years figuring out how to feed my body, how to take care of myself. So hopefully that's helpful to you.
That's amazing.
I love it. I told you you would love Dr. Terry. So
Yeah.
stay the course. That's my biggest message. Stay the course.
Of course.
Yeah. And you know what, Terry, Dr. Terry, I have to tell you this. She is so good about exercising. She goes to the gym. She's taking care of herself. She does have a lot of stress with work. She really does. She's
Uh-huh.
been through a lot of things.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's contributing also. But
Correct.
I have to commend her for being on for these 6 months. The 6 month this is here. and she is not quitting. So, Renee, kudos to you. Thank you for being such a dear friend. Thank you for taking the time to be with us tonight, too. I
Well,
appreciate
thank y'all so much. I know y'all are inspirations to me, especially you, Tori. So I keep going. I'll keep pushing, and I'm not going to give up because I see the changes. It's just, it gets you down sometimes. But I know my body was at such bad stress with mom and a lot of other stuff. It's going to take a while to get it
That's
back
right.
in gear,
That's right.
unfortunately.
Yep. And I will check in with you, okay?
Okay, well, thank y'all so much and nice meeting y'all. Thank you so much, Dr. Terry. I appreciate it. You're an inspiration as well. I don't know if I'll be able to run marathons, but good, go, keep going.
Thanks, Renee.
Thank
If
you.
you need to jump
Okay,
off, you jump off, okay, babe? I
thank you.
appreciate you and I love you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. I love that. I wanted to get a customer on because we always hearing from consultants. And I was like, oh, I want Renee on here. I wish you could have seen her because she is such a delight. She is such an amazing person. She used to live around the corner from me. I've been knowing her forever. So, Dr. Terry, thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right, let's do this. I want to move into J-Lo because I can't wait to hear from Michelle. So everybody knows J-Lo, Jessica Perez. We call her J-Lo. I love her. She's my accountability partner. If you don't have an accountability partner, please go get one because I highly recommend it. I could not do what I do every day without J-Lo. So J-Lo, I want you to tell us your story with Michelle. I can't wait to hear. And then when Michelle's finished, J-Lo, I want you to come back and I want you to lay out the promotions and everything for us too. Go ahead.
Sounds good. Awesome. Thank you so much, Tori. So yeah, I know we've got some folks on who are checking us out and looking at our community. So thank you for the community for being here today. Dr. Terry, I know you got up super early. You go walking every morning. I think you told me at 6 a.m. Normally you're in bed, so you're here. So I appreciate that. Um, Listen, my story with Michelle. Michelle has been a friend of mine and a colleague for probably 15 or so years, right? About 7 years ago, she reached out to me and said, hey, I don't know what you're doing, but you seem happy. You seem like your stress levels are in check. And I want whatever you're doing, I need to know what you're doing. That literally was how it started, right? And we went on a journey. So she and I went on a journey. Started off with just like Dr. Terry said, the non-negotiable, Protanum NRF2 is how she started. But here we are 7 years later, and Michelle's going to tell a bit of a story more recently where she's been, but then also why we believe that her story is going to be super powerful in two areas: activating her life, not just her health, right? But also like her life in general, like work life and business life and all the things that have come because of our Life Finish family, our community, and the products that she's embraced over the last 7 years. So, Michelle Tarabinsky, she's down in Palm Beach, right? West Palm. We know each other through the Parks and Rec field. So just imagine what that kind of stress level is when you're trying to make everybody happy, but you might not be in the right space. But that's what you do in Parks and Rec. You just keep going no matter what, 24/7 you serve. So that's where Michelle and I originally started our friendship. So Michelle, about 4-ish years ago, let's say around COVID time, right? There was a lot of craziness happening in Parks and Rec and just everywhere, right? Things shutting down, worried about being healthy or not. And so I think you up leveled your health around that time, didn't you, Michelle? Take us
One-
to that a little bit. Yeah.
100% I had to. For me, like during COVID, I work for a municipality. I literally was selected to a task force team to basically be the sacrificial lamb and the frontline worker that planned everything for essential services for a very large community. So the stress level was outrageous. I was reporting to the mayor and commissioner in office. I was not in my department anymore. I was dealing with our EOC. And basically, all of my friends were at home cleaning their closets out and working remote. And I was told, you're here every day. You have no other choice. So I interacted with thousands and thousands of people I had never, ever, ever met on a daily basis. And I was in the same room with them. I was touching the same pins. I was doing everything. And I remained me. I believed in my own thoughts. I was pressured from many different ways to do different things. And I just chose to do it my own homeopathic way. And chose to take our products. And I believed in what we had because I had been taking them already. And knowing the success I had already overcome in my own health journey back 7, 8, 10 years ago, that got me to where I was, during COVID. And being strong in my immunity, being very, very strong. And I was able to serve our community with never getting sick. I'll be 100% honest on that. And all my coworkers are dropping like flies, and I'm just pushing through and going. And they have no idea how I'm being up at 5:30 in the morning, meeting USDA food trucks, working in 100 and some degree heat, staying hydrated, never dropping flies, and just motivating and pushing people through.
So she starts here with building her immunity, building her, I mean, you took everything. I know we don't have to go through every single protocol, but I know she was on a lot of our products. Let's just say that, right? LifeVantage carried her through that kind of craziness. Then about 2.5-ish years ago, she gets a crazy kind of call regarding her own health and a big scare, a huge scare, one that most people don't want to hear, right? The C word. Can I say that? It was a C word. She was diagnosed with cancer. All right. Now, we're not going to make any claims. We're not going to say we treat, cure, mitigate anything. All right. But I will tell you that I know that Michelle continued on her regular LifeVantage kind of protocol, what she wanted to do with her LifeVantage products, right? Her journey. The reason why I feel it's such a powerful story is because through this process, she said, I want to take my health back, not just from utilizing products, but getting back exercising, dropping weight, getting healthy again, because she had been a runner, a triathlete, and all this in her previous life. And now here she is with a big diagnosis kind of thing, right? Like weighing over her head, like, can I get back? So I want you to take us through this last couple years, right? In this journey right now, because you just returned from an incredible experience, 2 weeks overseas in Europe. All right. So take us through that little mini journey, right? So you decide 2.5 years ago when you get this diagnosis, you're going to continue to process and do what you do. Talk to me about that. And then where you just landed about a week ago.
Okay. I'm going to go back a tiny bit more because during that whole COVID journey, I personally, my own therapy for myself was dusting off the cobwebs off my bicycle. I was still able to swim at work because I managed a pool under my operation. So I was still able to swim because we didn't know when we were going to open. We still had to do PT and be ready for reopening. And it was interesting because a lot of people at that point in time, I just went and ran, I swam, and I biked. And so I ended up signing up for races when races started reopening. And I had done literally 4 half Ironmans and 54 weeks. It's a lot. And so a lot of people don't do that. And literally 2 of them, one was a YOLO. I added it because of what I was going through. And I raced not even 10 days later. So again, which I was full of, I was still recovering from my last race. But when I was literally at conference out in Phoenix, Arizona, and I had a follow-up phone call from a routine exam, and my sister's a nurse, and she was literally there and they said, what to you? I said, they're ordering diagnostic testing. She was like, something's there, or else they wouldn't be having you come back. Life at that point in time for me and my own mindset, our family's very real conversations. I planned a whole lot then and there with my sister at that exact conference, and being in a LifeVantage community set my mindset straight right from the get-go. And so fast forward, I had went through from October through February diagnosis, and then having multiple surgeries, January, 1 surgery, 2 surgeries in February, not even a few weeks later. Me being upgraded to even higher grade things. I will be personal. My own thought is my body was trying to heal itself, and I was in a mode of, I didn't feel sick. I didn't feel sick at all. And so I'm like, I'm not really sick. We're going to take care of this, get this addressed, and be done with it. So life looked a whole lot different for quite some time. Fast forward to March, we had another conference. I'm on FMLA. I'm not working. I literally still had steri strips in me. And I made my way to conference because I needed to be in my community.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew I was going to be around positive minded people and people that are healthy. And I need to be healthy. So I'm going to put myself in that environment and I'm going to learn about how to be healthier. Mm-hmm. So it was not easy going there. Trust me. I didn't even know if I was allowed flying. We had to ask the question. And at that point in time, I made it there. And my belief in the products, my belief in this company and the community completely up leveled. I had some residual effects. I had a lot of some nerve pain and stuff like that, trying to return to sport and exercise, powering through that. I didn't know if I would ever be able to return to endurance events again. And I'm an endurance junkie my whole entire life. I think my first 50-mile bike ride, I was in the 7th grade. So, but fast forward through that, the doctor was amazed at how fast I was healing. My sister and I were at the doctor's appointments and she's like, I can't believe how good your scars look. You're healing so fast. And Amanda and I are in the background going, our little secret weapons called Life Vantage. And, you know, what else are you supposed to do? Mm-hmm. So I powered through a lot of my pain because I knew what was going in my system. And I knew I was able to heal myself. So I just had that mindset over it and that I was going to be able to return what I was supposed to be doing. And how am I going to be able to do what makes me tick? Mm-hmm. So having the belief in this team and this team encouraging me through very hard days when I could not even run, you know, from one telephone pole to the next without being in pain. So I just came back from France and I did another half Ironman. So, and I literally
70.3 miles of bike run, correct?
Yeah.
What?
So it's interesting because number one, I didn't know how my swimming and my upper body strength would be. I wasn't allowed to open, lifting my arms or anything. I used swimming as my therapy. And then, biking, I could bike. I will tell you, I had to refit myself. My body is completely different now and shapely wise. It's not what it used to be. I gained weight. It's natural. My hormones are changed and whatever, but our products are helping me with adjusting to that and what my new normal is. And then, going and experiencing it. I experienced this race. I had a great group of people teammates that I raced with before. They joined me on this journey. They were all like, we're racing with you on your comeback tour, so to speak. I finished about maybe 20 minutes behind what I did, but I told Jessica this. I literally sliced my foot at mile 0, jumping off the dock. And I did the whole 70.3 with a sliced foot that was bleeding through my bike socks and my bike shoes everywhere, an hour still into the race. But knowing the mindset that I had, there was no way I was not going to finish my comeback tour. I knew what my body was capable of doing, and knowing that the people I had with me and the people I was meeting along the way was what was important. So, it's more than just getting the t-shirt and the medal. It's more about overcoming and leaving behind what my past was and having that not define me. And knowing that this community specifically was a huge proponent of those that knew who I was, what I was going through, and who I was becoming was so much more important. When I called her, I was still in Barcelona, Spain the other day. And I literally, by the way, it feels like 3 o'clock in the morning to me because I literally just got back a day ago. So, but I think the people I met along my travels, I left my friends. I did some solo traveling by myself. I used it as an opportunity to make new social media friends. I have a bunch of friends now from around the world that I just started connecting with, telling them what I've been through, what I have accomplished, and their minds are blown. So I think I don't even know, like, Jess, like what I even said to you, but you're like,
Well,
you're moving forward.
She never stopped talking about all these individuals that she crossed paths with, and I'm like, okay, so what? She's like, listen, I got their name. I'm their Facebook friend, and now I'm going to send them messages, and that. And I said, okay, so now you've turned this whole, like, our LifeVantage products, we know hands down are non-negotiables. And you say Protandim NRF2, I say all of them. That's my opinion, right? They all can become non-negotiables depending on what you need. So we know that about Michelle, but what we do, what you're finding out is that when your physical body begins to heal, your mind becomes a whole new thing, correct? And so Michelle is now a journey of exploring her business, truly beginning to explore her business because of the health struggles she's been in so many spaces, right? And man, Kyla, I see you cheering and I see all that, right? Like, she's new and you're hearing these stories. And that's why this and tonight is so powerful and important, whether it's tonight or next Monday or the Monday after or the Monday after, is that you need to plug in. So, Tori, when you say what's the next step, the next conversation for me is to lead into that space, right? That space of why we do what we do. And we do this because we know more and more people need to hear the stories of Michelle, the stories of Kyla, the stories of name the person, right? The stories of Renee, like, need to hear the stories because that's what this is about, you know? So when I asked Michelle to talk, I said, Michelle, you've activated not just your health, but you're activating your life, like truly activating your life journey. And it's turned into this whole idea of, okay, now I know what I need to share with people in order to get them to understand the bigger picture of what we do and why we do what we do. Right. So you have any last thoughts, Michelle? I see you kind of lean in. Are you good?
I did. It's very been humbling the last, couple years. I've had to train for about solid since about last August to get my body back into it. And the recovery phase is completely different now. And the products and recovering when you've been through something and your body is completely out of whack. And knowing what we do know and knowing the power of the products and the science behind it, that's the biggest portion too, is knowing the science behind it. Because how else are you going to explain to somebody that you have a lot of I'm causing a lot of oxidative stress in my body. Okay. Let's 100% say that.
You breathe in more air. So what does that happen? Our bodies oxidize at a faster rate, right?
Yeah.
So recognizing what we need to do to quench it, that's what our products do. So Michelle, listen, I think we can do like part 2, part 10, part 52 with Michelle, right? To pull even more layers back. So here's what I'd love to do. Like in 2 or 3 months, we come back, we have another conversation and we say, where is her business? Right? Because of this renewed sense of energy. And I think if we all can share our story with that passion that she just shared with us, who wants to know more? Who wants to lean in? Who wants to, you see what I mean?
Yeah.
And now she has this whole beauty of that space, right? Michelle, you got to look at these comments. There's amazing comments in there.
Yeah, please read them, Michelle. And Michelle, I do have to chime in and tell you this. And I'm just going to shout it out. There is a person on here who has been through some of the same things as you with her health journey. I spoke to her yesterday, did a validation call for Tammy. Her name is Shelly, and I'm just going to say it. She's on here tonight and she's listening. So not only are you helping You, with your health journey and your business journey, you're helping so many people. So thank you. I appreciate you. And I hope y'all don't mind, guys. We're going to go a little over, but this is an important call. So, Michelle, thank you.
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
Michelle. Appreciate it. So look, so Tori asked me to come in. How exciting can the promos be now that you have something to talk about, right? And share stories with other people. So number one, we've got some promos in the month of June that if we don't pay attention to, we're crazy. All right, we're crazy. So look, here's what we need to do. Two things. If you were at Global, make sure that you have at least 2 enrollments by the end of this month. 2 new consultant enrollments by the end of June 30th. If you do that, that can help you potentially qualify to win, okay, those fancy shoes that are like, your own monogram shoes, LV, whatever, right? But the idea is you help those 2 individuals, right? At least 2 of your new consultants over the past 3 months, April, May, June, get through their launch period as an SC1, which is 2,000 points. Once they do that, that will help you qualify for those fancy shoes. Okay, that's one piece. Now, here's what I'm really excited. Not that I'm not excited about that. Shoes are great. Okay, but there's a new promo that just came out as of June like 5th. All right, that through this month of June 30th, if you can enroll 400 SV of either new consultants or new customers, don't care how the orders come in, but 400 new points, SV points, you will be a part of whatever this new thing is that we're going to get to be a part of. Brandon says you're going to make more money. I don't know what that means, but I just say, oh, I like more money. Okay. Right. So we will find out what that qualifies us for in this third quarter, right, on July 12th. So it leads me to, if you haven't enrolled for July 12th's virtual, enroll. It's free. Free registration. It's on Zoom. Get it and do it. Like, if you haven't done it, like, hang up today and go sign up for the register. There's no reason. It's free. Like, doesn't cost. Okay. So that you can get through your phone and or through your app, or you can do it on your website, either way. Okay. But make sure that you're enrolled for that July 12th. If we have a customer, but they increase their amount of subscription, does that count? No, Kyla. It has to be new. Thank you, Robin. She's answering for me. Awesome. So when I say new, it has to be a brand new enrollment, either as a customer and or as a consultant. 400 SV will then qualify you, and it's from now until June 30th. If you've done something before, that counts too, but only in the month of June.
Right. And they are backdating. It's to June 1st.
Yes.
So June 1st to the end of the month. Okay.
Upgrading an
Thanks,
old
J-Lo.
to consultant before the end of June. Ginny, I think that would, because if it's a new, that would be considered a new consultant, I believe, but don't quote me. I would check with your with the VIP account, because
I
Ginny
would too. I would say yes, it does, because it's upgrading. Yes, it should. But like J-Lo said, don't take our word for it. Call corporate. Yeah. All right, J-Lo, I appreciate you so much. I don't know if y'all got the message tonight. I did, loud and clear. It's don't quit. With my story with the doctors, don't quit. Following up, following up. I will sit with these doctors. You heard it with Renee. Don't quit the process. You heard Dr. Terry say it. Thank you, Dr. Terry, for saying that. Don't stop. Don't quit the process. You heard it with Michelle. She's back on her business journey. She's never quit. That's the message I got tonight. Of course, with a lot of others that are about our products and all that. But I'm going to end with this, and I just want to take 2 more minutes of your time. I want Robin Smith to come on, because I also heard in all of this events. Y'all, events are so, so important. Michelle said it probably 3, 4 times. She needed her community. She needed to be surrounded by us when she was going through these troubled times. So events are so important. So Robin Smith, I want you to take 2 minutes and tell us why events are so important to you.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. 2 minutes. Events is very important to me because I learned so much more. I'm more motivated. Like when you have this slump that you're going through, when you go to an event, it helps you to continue to want to do more. And you're like ready to tell everybody. When the last event we had, we were all sharing stuff with our Uber drivers and getting, information from different people. So it definitely helps. It helps to build your team because they see that you're doing more. They want to do more. And so, like, this is the first event we ever had this much people from our team come. So that the last event we just had in Utah, which was amazing. So events definitely helps your business, team wise and for yourself, because it helps you to be more motivated, more pumped, and you get to understand a lot more about the business, as well as seeing everything unfold in front of your eyes, and then meeting the people that we get to talk to, like JLo, like Tori, and Dr. Terry. It's awesome being able to see them in person and not just on these Zooms all the time, and get to know them as a person. So all of those together has truly been beneficial for me and for my amazing team with Iris Riley and Ken Riley. They are amazing, and they're cutie pies as well.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. I'm gonna
Oh,
be quiet.
thank you, Robin. That was straight from her heart. I appreciate that. And it builds your belief, right? Didn't
Yes,
it build in
definitely.
the company and the products and the system and everything about LifeVantage. So yeah, events are so important. And I'm going to end with this. Dallas in October, we're all together. It's at a resort. I remember the last one we were all together. I was in Orlando. That was so much fun. We have a lot of fun because we don't want to stop. We want to keep talking with each other, and we're surrounded by great people, such a community. So get registered, okay? Y'all, this has been an incredible call. Sorry we went over 10 minutes, but we thought it was very important for all of us. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, everybody that participated, and thank y'all for being here. We'll see you Monday with some more stories, okay? So set your alarms. Y'all have a great night.